Have you ever considered, right, that street photography might just well be a pathway to good, well, if not thriving, mental health? But you know what I've seen? Is street photography is something that can be profoundly beneficial to people's state of mind, their mental health. A few years back, during COVID, I was running an online chat forum for street photographers. Frankly, it was a lifeline for a lot of people who were kind of up against it. Many of them were locked down alone. They're weren't as lucky as me, perhaps, who was with family.
Excuse me, darling. I've got to get your picture, please. Let me get a picture of you.
So community's great. People can give you real, genuine feedback. And also it's important to have people you can bounce stuff off. The thing is, though, I've realised through discussions with dozens of people over the past few years.
Perfect. We're getting like Wes Anderson now. Hold up.
Street photography itself, community notwithstanding, is something that has really benefited their mental health.
Thanks, darling.
No, that's all right.
If you want the shot on Instagram,
yeah.
The Street Thief.
I know you actually.
Ah.
On Instagram.
Oh, I'll send you it. Thank you.
You know, in life, as we get older, especially, we're in this groove of doing things a certain way. It's like we're conditioned. And tomorrow is pretty much a carbon copy of today for the most part. We get up, we walk to work the same way as we did the day before. We get on the same train, we have lunch at the same time. We get into like an habitual way of doing things. And there's nothing wrong with routine. But what happens is, it's like we're only kind of half there while we're doing what we're doing. It's so routine and habitual that we're switched off. It's kind of like we're living half a life. And this can lead to like a disenchantment with our day-to-day life, right? Like we stop challenging ourselves. We become comfortable. And when we're in that groove, we're kind of in a slumber. You might get into being bored more often than not, which can lead then to like being distracted or wanting to distract ourselves from that with all sorts of stuff. Maybe even to the point we'll get into drinking or smoking more, that kind of thing.
No, you can have cigarettes. Right, hold up.
What's the point?
Be natural. This guy here, I've got loads of pictures of him before. What's your name?
Agnes,
Pleased to meet you, Agnes. Hold up. One more. No, I'm terrible. You should charge me for this.
No, that's all right.
Thanks, darling.
Like boredom and minor distraction, though, that can be just the tip of the iceberg. Take it from me. I've spoke to people. People can flip into like a crisis, often end up in a dark place.
No, just here, look. Lean your shoulder.
Look, that's me, the dizzy donkey.
What?
That's me, the dizzy donkey from Dover.
Right, look, no, lean your head against, no, your shoulder. Like this, look, just like that, like I'm standing. And I'll get a blinding picture of you here. Hold up.
And the bottom line is we stop enjoying life because, simply put, we're no longer connected with what's going on around us. We become separate. Street photography, first and foremost, is a creative outlet, right? Secondly, to take photographs that are going to be above average, you have to challenge yourself.
Anyone got a light? I'm going greedy again.
What was that?
It was him trying to light at me. I'm not an octopus. What do you mean to do with it?
Right, hold up.
Throw it again. I'll catch it this time.
Challenging yourself can be uncomfortable. That in itself can begin to support you in making like a shift outside of your habitual way of doing things.
Got you, mate. What's your name, man?
Robbie Smith.
Cheers, Robbie, mate. See, I'm going down to see matey.
I take a lot of street portraits too, which is it's like almost like the embodiment of interaction with another human being in a kind of like an intimate way. This can be uncomfortable at times, which is a good thing. Discomfort means we're waking up. Also, again, if we want to progress creatively as photographers, we have to start looking at what's going on around us. We have to open our eyes to that. the ebb and flow of life, the aesthetic, the nuances, which equals basically being alive, being in the moment and being present. We have to wake up. All of this challenging ourselves combined with the intention to see more of what's going on around us. Quite often, in what we'd usually consider like mundane moments of life, is actually what's required for us to reconnect in a very real way to life itself. It might be said that that's all it takes, in fact. Just a thought. Guys, get yourself over to the Dare Photography community. On Instagram, it's at I Dare to Shoot. Okay, we've also got a little community on WhatsApp. Yeah, if you want in on that, drop me a message on my Instagram, which is at The Street Thief, or better still, contact me on my website, lashmarcreative.com. There's a podcast that I do once or twice a week, the Dare Photography podcast. So on Spotify or wherever you listen to your podcasts. Also, if you've not grabbed a copy yet of my zine, The Way of the Street Photographer, juicy little book full of insights, creativity, and it's going to get you out of trouble when you need a shot of inspiration. I think that's it. Yes. Out.